So here I am again. So I was watching this video on TikTok, and this woman, actually created a face mask out of socks. But I had a question, as I always do. Leave it to Mr. Question. So I took a sock before I cut it up as she did, and I put it on my face. So these basically, let me see. Yeah, I have socks that I have not cut up, so I will uh, show you. So I ended up with two socks that I cut because I wasn't sure. They were not my Puma socks. I will not cut up my Puma socks. They're still new. These are socks that I had before. So basically, what was done was it was cut here, you can, a little bit further here, and then you see just here. In her video, it was shorter socks. So but I have long socks in my short socks. Yeah, didn't want to do that. So, because I only have the two pairs. So I'm here and here cut, and then after cutting it, so I will show you. So you end up with something that looks like this, and then folding it and making slits here and here, but they're hanging to dry. So what she did, that's my towel. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's the one I repaired. So this is important because yeah, my stitching got better by the time I was here. I did have a point where it snagged improperly, but if you want to see here, that's when I first started. I was just like, I didn't care. I just wanted to put it together. But by here, I started to actually care, and I figured out how to do a continuous stitch. When you're bored, you end up being innovative. Sorry, moving the camera. So what I did, these are now wet because now I've gone also and hand washed them again. Because you have, of course, when you open up the sock, you have the lint balls. You know those things, like every time you take off your socks, you have the lint, especially with black socks for some reason. So taking these two parts, I decided, because she just made it out of one. Oh, you can see, although I didn't really want to put something cold and wet on my face. And it's stretched over the ear. I would prefer to do it this way because otherwise there's this way, which comes down and cover the chin, or if you do it the other way, it's not good because what you have is that this comes up over your eyes. So the heel part would go down. So heel part down, heel part down. My idea, which is also good, you have these things which are inside. You could, to ensure that they're both the same direction, so that when you pick it up, you know which side is the outside and which side is the inside. Yeah, that's a good idea. But what I thought as well, because when I put the first one on my ear, I noticed that the weaving started to come loose. So since I've learned to properly sew a stitch, I already knew a little bit, but I was really being lazy in the beginning, and then I started caring. So I will put these together and seal up these corners. And of course, on the side you have that, so the whole thing will be, there will be stitching along that whole thing. So it will be less stretchy. So make sure you try it on your ears before you do it that way. You know that your ears fit into the holes, because once you put the thread in, it's not going to stretch anymore. It's going to have less stretch, I should say, because it will stretch a little bit as long as you don't do it too tightly. So I'm just going to reinforce that, and of course around the edges, just to make it nice and pretty. We'll probably, let's see which one I did the biggest, and I will fold it over so that you end up with a slight seam. And so what I'll have on the face, hold on, are they the right direction? Heel side, heel side. It was important for me as well to take the same, make sure they were the same, so that I don't end up with two different sizes. So, well, of course nobody's feet are the same size, but you figure that out when you're putting socks on. So we'll seal that up and make nice seams, so that it's not about look and fashion, although this seems to be the new fashion, face mask. So it will be with the seam, and also under there will be a bit of a seam, so it will cup under better. And you could also, in theory, attach a string, because you don't have to have these things, which I didn't think about. With the extra material, I could make straps. So that is that. I will post the end result. I hate that redundancy, but I will post the results when I finish. Have a good day. Stay safe. Ignore the hair. It's beautiful, even though it's kind of unkempt. All I have to do is put on a nice shirt and my glasses, and it looks fine. This I already took care of, but it needs to. Yeah, I just did it for the head on. Had an interview today. So anyway, have a good day. Cheers.